And here we are again, Coffee Conversations with Carol and Chris, sponsored by Nine Flags Coffee, 1504 Nacogdoches, Texas.
North Street.
North Street, what
Not
did I say?
1504 Nacogdoches.
1504 North Street,
Street.
Nacogdoches, Texas, and the zip is?
75964.
I think that's close
Okay.
enough. I think
Oh,
it's
man.
6'5". There's been arguments.
I'm
there.
getting jammed up with that one.
Let me tell you, we barely got Carol here today. This has just been a terrible time. She has so many maternal responsibilities. She couldn't. So we're running a little late. And if you remember our last podcast or so, I had made a mistake and I signed off early and then had to come back in.
There's a little mild panic.
And Carol asked, "Is that a peppermint patty you're eating?"
It's
And I
delicious.
said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "Those are the best." So she has peppermint patties with our coffee, the old clink, and we're off to the races,
I'm actually drinking a mocha handcrafted by myself.
brother.
It was. It's delicious.
Carol,
I can put it into this cup.
you were telling me about your horse the other day.
Oh, what a guy.
Let's talk about something you love.
This is probably going to bore people to death,
Oh, boy.
but you
Listen,
know,
I know.
it's my moment.
I know a little bit about horses too, you know.
Oh,
Yes,
enlighten me.
well, I just haven't, I couldn't tell by the picture. Is your horse a bull or a cow?
Yes, neither.
Neither.
Well, it's the wrong animal. A bull or a cow would refer to beeves.
Beeves of the bovine.
Yeah, that's the plural for
What would they call a female and male horse?
a stallion is a intact male, a mare is a female, and a gelding is a neutered male. My horse is a gelding.
A mare would be one who has already had young.
No.
No,
A foal, which can be either
a young.
a filly or a colt, filly being a girl, colt being a boy, is under a year. After that, they're a horse. A stallion or a
Why can't we just
mare.
call everything male and female?
We can. That's fine too. But you know, all the different animals have different terminology for.
Well,
boy-
we
boy
could
and
just call
girl.
them all bull and cow.
Well, you could, but then you know,
I'm
you look stupid.
pretty comfortable being referred to as a bull.
Okay. Well, you
Are you comfortable with cow?
being a cow?
I'm just asking. I'm just
Well, I'm not.
because
So if somebody said you're a cow, I'd be like, well, you can think that, but I'm not.
she's speechless.
It would surprise me if somebody called me a cow.
I'm not saying people call them that. I'm just, if we're going,
I have heard plenty of human refer to other female humans as cows. This is not uncommon. But they're usually not trim people like myself.
well,
There it is. It's not very
have
nice.
another peppermint patty.
I have two, and I probably need to eat them.
So, give us a little bit of rundown about your horse. It is a beautiful horse. White.
Technically gray.
Go ahead.
If this is how it's gonna go, if you're gonna
You've
roll
got
your
a-
if you're gonna roll your head at being educated,
You have an attitude.
the attitude is one of knowledge and wanting to inform others.
Please enlighten us.
Okay. Yeah, well, his fur is white. That's true. But his skin is gray, which is what makes him a gray. White is actually pink skin horse. So there you go. In case you didn't know,
Is he a
With
stallion or a gelding?
he's a gelding.
Okay.
There's no reason to own a stallion unless you're in a breeding program.
Okay. So,
So you know he is a.
What's his
Arabian.
name?
His name is. Do you want his street name or his registered name?
his handle.
Okay, if you are going to continue with the sighing and being exasperated over the questions you're asking, we're just going to have to change the subject.
Do you know the last couple of notable days that we've had? seeing as you wanted to change the subject.
Oh, notable
What was yesterday?
Sunday.
Very good. Now, what was different about yesterday?
Oh my goodness. Daylight savings. It's like a national holiday.
Here comes the sighing again.
You don't like daylight savings? You're an outdoors person.
This has nothing to do with the time change.
It was also my youngest brother-in-law's birthday.
It was International Women's
I
Day.
don't care.
I don't care. You don't care. Women. This is about
I don't.
you.
I don't need a day to tell me I'm awesome.
Listen, I was looking up a few women that would be notable.
All right, let's hear it.
How about Joan of Arc?
Oh, she's my favorite.
Because
She's
how did she die?
she was burned at the stake.
Burned at the stake.
Boy, the English sure turned her over too.
1431.
Oh no, the French. The French sold her out to the English.
Yes.
And once they were done with her,
You know what she was burned at the stake for?
wearing men's clothing,
Yes.
technically, yes.
Yes. How would that work today? Our population.
I'm in
would be,
pants all the time.
Oh,
I'd be
boy.
in trouble.
Keep the matches out of here.
I love Joan of Arc though. I love her story.
If people don't know about Joan of Arc, Joan of Arc was a teenager and had a vision. Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
and it wasn't just one vision. It was
A number.
on a regular basis, visions or
That she would deliver France.
yes,
She would deliver France, and she would be
the King of France,
Yes.
yeah. The Dauphin. That's how it's pronounced.
Here we go. Educate us.
It's
What
just
is
what
the
they-
interpretation
yeah.
of a dauphin?
I don't know what the exact translation is, but that's what they refer to the King of France as in France, the Dauphin.
Well, I was thinking of some other women too. How about Lizzie Borden?
Oh, I feel like there was a whole host of
Lisbeth.
We don't have all the answers there.
Well, legally we do. She was acquitted.
Yeah, she was acquitted.
Of
Absolutely.
Accident.
We'll never know what really happened. I think she killed him.
Maybe you can enlighten our listeners
I-
as to
you know
what we're
what?
talking about. They don't know about Lizzie Borden.
I don't know
bet.
how you can't know about Lizzie Borden.
Do you guys know about
The
Lizzie
poem.
Borden? And this took place in Massachusetts. And as the story goes, her father and her stepmother were hacked to pieces.
He was napping on the couch, and he was killed on the couch. And he was.
And I think Mama came home, or it was
she
the
was
other
up
way
in
around.
she was up in an upstairs room cleaning or doing something, and she was hit in the back with an axe, hatchet.
Now,
That's what they were killed with.
now
was a
the,
hatchet.
the poem goes, I gave my father 40 whacks, and then when I saw what I did, I gave her 41.
That's not how it goes.
Well, can you recite it better than that?
I can't. I
You
know,
cannot.
but it's an actual poem.
Yes.
Like they use
It's a,
jump rope.
it's a children's poem. You know, we used to educate our children so well about axe murderers and all kinds
Well,
of
it was
good stuff.
a big deal. But yeah, I don't think we will ever have the. I don't know if she did it. I don't know what happened. There's not enough information going on there. But the nature of the crime was so heinous that there's
They couldn't imagine it in
any terms other than
Falls.
it had to be
Falls
somebody
River.
who was very angry or whatever with this person, as opposed to like a robbery where you might kill them dead so you can get their stuff, but you're not going to spend all this time whacking them to pieces.
Well, they did get $300,000, her and her.
Sister, who then parted ways. They never spoke again after the trial.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But now Sotheby's has the house, the Borden house
Yeah.
up for sale now.
Oh, do they?
They expect to get $849,000 or
I wouldn't want to live in that.
$869,000.
I ain't living in that house.
Man, you could open up as a bed and
They've
breakfast and
had
make a
it.
killing.
They've had it open
Get
as
it?
a.
Did you like that? There it is. Carol Ann. we're going to have.
Whoa. You.
Carol Ann is the way that you correct her.
Oh, brought it out. I was in trouble just now.
Oh.
But anyways, moving on. Lizzie Borden. I don't
Yeah.
know. She's notable. She's a notable person. I'm not sure that that's somebody that you should emulate.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, is it?
This is fan mail.
I need to see this. You're not going to let me see them either.
I'm going to read them. Let's see what they say.
Oh no.
This is fan mail from our loyal fans and listeners of this podcast. Let's see what mystery lurks. To Carol and Chris, I greatly enjoy your podcast, and Carol, I like your responses to Chris. He never catches you off guard.
Ugh.
Keep doing this, very entertaining. Sincerely, Peas in a Pod with you together.
Oh wow, what a mystery! It must have been a lady because that looks like some lady stationery there. Some butterfly stationery. Let me see. Let me see the penmanship.
Oh, quit.
Can't tell.
You can't be trusted with this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Here's another one.
I'm very skeptical.
Carol, we like your podcast. Do you practice before going online?
No.
It seems so natural, authentic. Chris says you have blue eyes. Do you?
No.
Lift your hat.
No,
Show
I'm
it.
not lifting my hat. I don't know why this is a thing, me removing my hat. Listen, this weather does not support the hairdo and coming to work. And
My roommates and I have watched all 7 podcasts,
Oh,
and we
goodness.
love you. Chris is okay.
Chris is... Why are you so mean to Chris?
Jennifer, class 2020.
Oh, Jennifer. Who is Jennifer?
I
Do I
don't-
know Jennifer?
I don't.
There's a lot of Jennifers. That was a name in the 70s and 80s that
Okay.
a lot of people were getting.
So that's. Keep those letters and cards coming.
So
folks.
let's see what's in your notes over here.
Yeah, leave mine. Just join me on
I don't have my
notes.
glasses on, so I don't
That
know if I can...
couldn't help you. I keep these notes over here so I won't get off track of the things that I. This is about International Women's Day and a couple of the people that.
Okay, I got a question for you about
Okay.
let's go back to Joan of Arc. Do you think, this is always up for debate, do you think Joan of Arc's, I don't want to say plight, but her, well, I guess you could say plight. There's a better word
Her
out there.
calling?
Do you think it was divinely inspired? Or do you think she was crazy?
I do not think she was crazy. As far as it being divinely inspired, there are lots of people that say that God told them to do this or that or the other. And I just leave it up to, I never make a decision
Okay.
until I see the end result.
Because she did exactly what she said was going to happen.
She believed that she was called of God to do that, and she followed through. Courage
Yeah.
is what she demonstrates.
A lot of courage.
Honor. Virtue.
Really tough at that time too. I mean, and she was young. She was not.
Yep.
I believe she was executed at 19. So
I think that's right.
It was
I
like
think
she
that's
was
right.
like 14 or 15 when the whole thing started.
Yeah. Now, you college students out there that are, I don't know, how old are college students now? 30, 40?
Could be.
Or,
it
or
depends.
18, 22,
Yes.
I think most of them are.
You can go back at any time.
You are past your prime if you have not exhibited courage, honor, and virtue already. So if you haven't, you need to find out what life is about and demonstrate those things so you can be the kind of person you were always meant to be.
Courage is a big, huge virtue.
Another woman,
Oh gosh.
Ma Barker.
I don't know who that is.
Ma Barker. Let me give you a little.
I have no idea who Ma Barker is.
Ma Barker, during the early part of the 20th century, was the head of a crime family. And her
Ugh.
her 4 sons,
I have no time for crime families. Get a real career.
It was a real career. Kidnapping and bank robbing. Her 4 sons and they were killed in Florida.
What do you think's going to happen?
Lake Weir.
And these people are always put out by this?
Well, she was a businesswoman.
All right.
Okay, all right. Well, this is a notable woman. This is a notable woman. Yes. Now,
somebody you want to emulate, though.
Let me give you a couple others here.
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oops.
Oprah Winfrey.
Well,
listen.
She's out there, man.
I think she came from nothing, from humble beginnings.
Humble?
Humble?
No, humble's a town, not how you pronounce the word. Moving along.
She came from
Say it.
Humble.
Humble.
I have honor, but not.
No, oh my gosh. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn.
She came from humble.
Did that hurt?
It's
not humility.
It came from meager beginnings.
Yes.
Meager beginnings.
Really?
Do I have to use that to Winfrey? All right.
Okay.
So
yes.
Oprah Winfrey, and now she's a millionaire. Quit looking at this stuff.
I can't see it.
Good. So that's Oprah Winfrey. How about Bessie Coleman?
I've heard the name. I don't.
Bessie Coleman was a black woman. She was the first black woman to get a pilot's license in 1921. Now, you know, I think the black segment, it's good to see people like Martin Luther King because he did a lot. But to limit black heroes towards civil rights and athletes, I think does a disservice to the black population.
Oh, true, yeah.
Bessie Coleman, she was born in 1892, and she wanted to fly all of her life, and then she was denied, so she decided to go to France. She learned French, went to France, graduated from pilot school there, came here, and got her pilot's license in 1921.
That's what you call determination.
That's right.
And it requires courage, too.
Yes.
Especially at that time.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk.
Even just to go to another country, even nowadays, I mean, you tell somebody they need to learn another language, it's like, oh.
Well, they have all kinds of things now to
Never
learn
mind.
language.
Never mind.
How about Wilma Rudolph?
I don't know her.
Well, I didn't either, but I was looking these things up. And this is a black woman who was one of 22 children. Yeah.
What I'm hoping this isn't the same woman having all of these children, because that's what you call a prolapsed uterus at some point.
Well,
that thing's fallen out.
Let me tell you about prolapsed uterus. It didn't bother her.
She was not affected.
She was one of 22. She didn't have 22.
No, I know. I'm just wondering if her mother was, if there's more than one father. That's just a lot of kids for one uterus.
I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
Listen, I have to ask.
I am so uncomfortable here. But we're talking about Women's Day, so we can talk about these things.
I want to know.
That's right. Well, back to Wilma. Wilma was one of 22 children, and when she was a child, she had scarlet fever and polio.
Ooh, my grandma had polio.
And you know what she did? In 1960, she won 3 gold medals in the U.S. Olympic track and field.
She said, watch me go.
That's right.
Determination, courage.
Wilma Rudolph, a woman of perseverance and courage.
Perseverance,
Just
yes.
like that.
Got to put some work in.
That's right.
Yeah, keep trying. It's also something people lack.
Something that people lack.
Nowadays.
Shirley Chisholm.
Can't be bothered.
Shirley Chisholm, first black woman to the U.S. Congress.
Okay. From what state?
I don't know. I just thought.
I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Necessarily.
1968, which was during the time of Martin Luther King and all that.
Okay.
So, you know, they've made great strides.
Who else is on this list?
Typhoid Mary.
Oh, she was trouble.
Mary,
you know what? She never stopped. Even after they got her, they figured out. You know, she was like.
They quarantined her.
Yeah.
And then they let her out.
And then she just went right back to working.
As a cook.
Yeah.
As a cook.
I mean, what is wrong with you?
She was quarantined for a total of 26 years. Died without any of her friends.
Yeah, well, if you're spreading typhoid,
Yeah.
and you know you're a carrier.
They didn't know that asymptomatic, about asymptomatic carriers.
I still think it's amazing that they figured out it was her
Yeah.
at that time. You know, typhoid Mary.
How about another one, Ma Ferguson? Which brings us back to what happened last week, Texas Independence Day.
Oh right.
Yeah, Texas Independence.
Now-
Ma Parker, not Ma Parker.
What did
Ma
I
Ferguson.
don't know Ma Ferguson. either.
Miriam Ferguson.
Miriam.
Yeah, Miriam, good old Miriam. She and her husband occupied the governor's mansion in Texas for a total of 4 terms. I think
So her husband
her
was
husband
governor.
was governor twice, and she was governor twice.
Okay.
And when
Oh, really?
yes, and when she was governor, obviously her husband was already a governor, and she said, "You elect me, you're getting 2 governors for the price of 1."
What a deal.
Yeah, it wasn't that good of a deal because both of their administrations were rife with corruption.
Ugh.
They almost destroyed the Texas Rangers. So, the Texas independence. I want to ask you, we can't get to all the things that I want to cover, but have you ever heard of Old Rip?
I don't think so.
Let me tell you about Old Rip.
I'm interested.
Oh, Old Rip is Eastland County and the city of Eastland.
Okay.
They were going to rebuild the courthouse in 1897.
Okay.
So they tore it down and they were starting to build it back. And as they got the foundation laid of the bricks,
Okay.
there was an indentation in one of them. And they put a horn toad in this indentation.
I have heard this. Okay. I've heard about the horned toad thing. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm just letting you know.
And so
But I have
you want to finish this
No,
story?
I don't know the rest of it, so go ahead.
Okay, all right. So, anyway, that courthouse was there till 1929, I believe, and maybe 27. And they decided to rebuild it.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they rebuilt it, they started tearing it down, and they remembered that this horned toad was there.
Why are they always burying stuff in the walls?
Well, it's like a time capsule.
Was it a live toad?
Of course it was.
Why would you do that?
It's a time capsule. So, hold on. Get with the story here.
Oh, well.
So, the story. They remembered it was there. And they said, is he alive or is he not alive? So, there was a lot of great
No, he's not alive.
consternation about it. So, they had several ministers come out to witness this and
Oh
make
my
sure
gosh.
nobody put a ringer in.
Okay.
And they witnessed this and they uncovered it and there was no movement. And then in a little bit,
Okay, so let me ask you, how long after this was?
there's 29 years
How
or
long
something.
does a horned toad live?
Are you listening to the story?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got questions.
Well, they uncovered,
Okay, I'll shut up.
and his little leg went. He was alive. Now, President McKinley visited Old Rip.
This
they-
is the name of the toad.
They called him Old Rip after Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
So, 6 months after he was exhumed alive, he died of pneumonia. If you go to Eastland, you can pay your respects to Old Rip. He is lying there in state.
This amphibian.
It's not an amphibian. It's a lizard
Oh, yeah. Horned toad. Yeah, it's a lizard, right. Okay, I knew that.
or a horse.
Oh. Let's go back to that.
So, if you're ever going out, and I don't remember what that highway is,
I'm not going to stop there.
this
For a lizard.
Texas. This is for Texas. For God, for country, for Texas.
That's good that it's enough for me to know
Stop at the Eastland. Google them up. But you can stop in at
it.
Eastland.
I'll tell my husband.
It's 111 miles
he's
west
really,
of Dallas.
He's really into lizards.
And you
so-
can visit him. Pay your respects.
What if I just wave while we drive by?
God,
Is that enough?
I don't know.
I think it is.
What do you think the state bird is?
Mockingbird.
State flower?
Bluebonnet.
You're doing very well. The tree?
Hold on. I know it.
As being a cook, you should.
Being a cook, I should know the tree.
The pecan.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I knew that.
What's the state animal?
What? Hold on.
There's two of them. A large one and a small one.
I don't know.
Longhorn.
I knew it. That's what I was going to say, but it seemed too obvious.
And the small one is the armadillo. I want to know why the possum has not.
You know, they eat a lot of ticks, 5,000 ticks a day, and they don't carry rabies. They're ugly, but they do a job.
Now, do you pronounce it possum?
I think it's opossum, but everybody calls
Opossum
it
or
possum.
opossum?
No, that's not right.
You criticize one yet not another?
It's not correct. It's not criticism.
How can
it
you
just
say
is.
it's not correct?
It's not correct.
Oh boy.
It's an opossum or a possum.
What's a state reptile? The horned toad.
Oh,
State food?
I don't know. Barbecue?
That's what I would have guessed. It's chili.
Oh, I knew that too. Chili.
Well,
Beans or no beans?
beans.
You know I like to light that fire.
Yeah, beans. That's a big controversy. But
I think it's 50-50.
I think we're almost out of time now.
It's
so-
not 04.
I think we're getting.
We can talk about my horse some more. If you can
So,
not. Okay. We're out of time.
And as we say, and she won't move her glass because of her attitude. Chris and Carol Ann, Conversations.
Ugh.
Have a good day. Bye.
Carol.